This first move is called Disc. It's one of the 3 moves you get when you start out in Rumble. Every single structure in Rumble has a damage value, which I'll be showing on the top left. This number indicates how much damage a structure does by default. Disc, alongside every other structure you can spawn in the game, has 2 poses, the starter pose and the actual strike pose. The starter pose is the pose where you put your hands in your hips, the strike pose is the pose you do to spawn the actual structure. This next move is called Pillar. You put your hands in the same base pose, and voila, Pillar. Pillar is the second move you get as a white belt. The final white belt move is called Straight. Adding some speed to a structure, like for example this straight here, also makes that structure do 1 more damage, which is also indicated at the top left here. This is the first modifier you get in Rumble, and it's supposed to give you a little bit of a feel on how the game works. The less mass a structure has, the further it'll go. This counts for every single modifier that moves the structure like this. This next move is called Stomp. Stomp is able to ground structures like this. Grounded structures do 1 more damage, and they always slide on the ground. Now because the base value goes up on a structure you ground, this also gives you a little bit more defense. Fun thing to keep in mind. Ball is one of those structures that you're gonna have a lot of trouble with. It's quite awkward to spawn when you're starting out, but with enough practice, you can master it as well. Kick is the second modifier you get, and really opens the door to combos. Being able to do a hop is one of the first things you should know, and is really going to help you out in your Rumble journey. But this is not a combo guide, so let's not go there. Wall is really a structure that can pack a punch, and with a damage value of 3, it can do a maximum of 5 damage without the help of shift stones. There isn't really else much to say other than, watch out for these. They pack a punch. Uppercut is undoubtedly one of the best moves in Rumble, which is ironic because last time I did this, I said it was bad, and I never use it. God, did that age poorly. Since last time though, things have changed about Uppercut. Uppercut now gets some angular momentum on a grounded structure, but it doesn't do that on an ungrounded structure. But yeah, Uppercut is good purely because of its combo potential, so yeah, keep practicing this one, it's very important. Don't slack like I did. Our first movement ability is Jump. There's not really much to say about Jump other than, you jump pretty high. So let's just go over to the next one. And yes, before you ask, Cube is still my favorite structure, and it will never be not my favorite structure. Cube is awesome. It can move really fast while still doing decent damage. Our second movement ability is called Dash, which dashes you forward in a straight line. Keep in mind that dash always is the same distance over the same period of time, which makes you very predictable, so be careful with this one. This next move is called Parry. Parry is usually used as a defensive tool for incoming projectiles, but some other thing you might not know about Parry is that it ungrounds objects, like Kick and Uppercut. Reapplying Parry to an item that is already parried will get rid of the parry effect. Hold is a move that makes your hand stick to an item like this. The hand that's used in the upward position gets control over the structure. Just like Parry, if you hold a structure that's already held with that same hand, it'll get rid of the hold. If you hold a structure with your right hand and then hold it with your left hand when it's grounded, it'll snap to the other hand. When it's ungrounded, however, you can grab the structure with both hands. You can also use left hold on a structure that an opponent is holding on their right hold. Then you also both have control over that structure. Next up on the list is Explode. Explode is quite interesting because it's a modifier, but it doesn't move the structure in any way. Explode changes the state of an object, similar to what Stomp does. If you are in the vicinity of an exploding structure, you get knocked back, and all structures that are nearby get ungrounded. Now Flick is even weirder, because you can't really perform the move at all. You first have to unground the object for Flick to be able to work. Flick gives you full control over its rotation, and cannot be thrown out of your hands like Hold can. The only way to get rid of a Flick is by breaking the object or by grounding the object. And when you put it all together, it might look something like this. No, no. That's that signature giggle.